Here and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View Celtic FC News channel. In today's news, we talk about Callum McGregor returning to action this weekend. We talk about our grumpy Greek. We talk about Juranovic and the ongoing saga that is turning into be the Juranovic transfer story. And we talk about a young kid that is on the radar of Celtic, Manchester United and Spurs, to name but a few clubs. So the first one story that we'll look at is obviously the Juranovic story. Torino is the latest side that's to be linked with the defender, according to the Daily Record and other sources. It is becoming increasingly likely that the 27-year-old will leave the Scottish champions this summer. A number of clubs are reportedly interested in the defender. The Italian side have said to have made contact with Celtic. So is that the first sword drawn in the transfer saga? Are they the first to make inquiries? Will that just make a mad rush for Celtic defender Juranovic this Christmas? Well, this January. Will he be sold this January? Will Celtic hold their nerve and wait till the summer? Will the player want to hold his nerve, or will he take the leap and get out of Celtic now? What about our grumpy Greek? We need to talk about the big grumpy Greek. He is, Giakoumakis is Ange Postecoglou's second string striker. He has stopped contract talks with Celtic, but it wouldn't be much of a surprise if he left Celtic in January. Postecoglou is the type of manager that doesn't sort of hang about. If he knows a player isn't happy and he wants out, although with Tom Rogic and last season they knew at Christmas that the player was wanting out and they wouldn't sign a new contract, but he did keep on playing him until the end of the season. Will Celtic hold on to the big grumpy Greek, or will they punt him this Christmas, this transfer window in January? So all eyes are on him. I think he's got a new agent, so he's got a new English agent, and we're got him for $2.5 million. We could sell him for $6 million quite easily. I think it could be time for him to go. As long as he keeps doing the business on the park, the manager will play him. Croatia defender Josip Juranovic was quite in good form last night. He was in awe of the little man Messi. The little mad Messi does it again. He just skips through players. If you watched that game last night, tell me what you think about it in the comments. How well do you think Juranovic did? To be fair, Croatia just took a pounding from Argentina. Argentina were on fire last night. Juranovic is an attacking player. He's, Postecoglou's brought him in and he's got him playing that attacking fullback position really well. It's going to be a case of how much money. Although they got beat Croatia last night, he's still got a game playoff placed this Saturday, so he won't be back at Celtic for another couple of weeks. They'll probably give him a week off after the World Cup and then he'll be back just in time for the run until Christmas, and then the transfer window opens in January. So it's going to be a case of who's going to come in for him, what kind of money can Celtic get for him, or will Celtic hold a nerve and he will honour his contract until the summer, get the championship medal under his belt. You've got to laugh at the zombies over the road. They think they're still going to overturn their 9-point deficit. But I'm sure Captain Callum McGregor will be back this weekend and he will make sure that the team is totally up for it. We always come back stronger after Christmas. We always come back stronger in January. It's absolutely fantastic news that Callum McGregor is back this weekend. That'll be a huge boost for the Celtic manager and the Celtic team to know that their leader in the middle of the park is back in contention for a starting place. What do you think about McGregor being back? How good is that for Celtic? Anyway, in other Celtic transfer news, we hand over to our roving reporter Addison from Down Under.
Hey, thank you, boss. In today's Celtic FC transfer news, Hearts Academy striker James Wilson is reported to be turning a lot of heads. The 16-year-old striker, who is yet to make his senior debut for the Scottish Premiership club, is also alleged to be on the radars of Celtic, Spurs and Manchester United, while Hearts are said to be determined to hold on to the youngster. Also, Celtic players who could leave in January and bankroll Ange Postecoglou's transfer plans. Now third-choice keeper, Bain has yet to kick a ball for Celtic this season. In fact, the former Scotland squad man has played just 4 times since Ange Postecoglou took over last summer. Now 31, Bain may seek a move elsewhere in order for some more game time, either on loan or permanently. Juranovic's transfer value has soared after an outstanding World Cup with Croatia. The fullback earned rave reviews from the likes of Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand and Ian Wright, after helping his country reach the semi-finals and producing a phenomenal display to keep Brazilian superstar Neymar quiet. James McCarthy. Eyebrows were raised when McCarthy penned a 4-year deal with his boyhood club last season, given his injury record. McCarthy established himself as a top midfielder in England, with Wigan and Everton, but his best days appear to be behind him. Scott Robertson. Young midfielder Robertson has been told he won't be offered a new deal this summer, with a host of clubs ready to make a move. The 21-year-old has made just 1 appearance for Celts and spent time out on loan at Gillingham, Doncaster Rovers and Crewe Alexander. Georgios Giakoumakis, the grumpy Greek. The Greek striker is a fan's favourite, with the green and white faithful hailing the goalscorer as a gift from God. Money talks, though, and Giakoumakis feels he's worth more than Celtic are currently paying him. It's believed discussions over an improved deal have stalled, and the frontman's representatives are now in the process of finding him another club. After an injury-hit start, Giakoumakis has enjoyed a prolific 18 months at Parkhead, slamming 25 goals in 50 appearances. However, at the age of 28, now is the time Celtic will likely bank peak value for a player in his prime, and a parting of ways could be on the horizon. That's all for today's Celtic FC transfer news.
Thank you for that, Addison. You're as informative as ever. So let's jump over to the comments. Scooby Man, he says, cash in on Jura while we can, get the most money for him. His form and his value can nosedive as quickly as it has risen to 25 million. Would be a starting point for potential bidders. It would give us the money to reinvest as long as Big Peter keeps his nose out. Hail, hail. And then Hail551 says, is Jim Traynor still running the daily record? That mob are apparently one of their podcasts. If Mick the Myth can help improve Kent, he's the best player in Scotland, or the banter man. Hail, hail. Donny Boy, he goes on to say, Man United have been linked with everyone, to be honest. JJ would fit into the Ten Hag team, so he might be the best option for him. I hope he stays, but it looks like he'll go. I hope he picks up the correct club. We wish him well. Hail, hail of the Celts. Peter Grant, it's good to see an ex-Celtic legend commenting on the YouTube channel. Also, Aaron Moy is really a top player. So glad that Ange got him, and for very little. He doesn't chat much about him, but he's the main man in the trenches, and he's our man. Hail, hail. So on that note, I hope you've liked the video. I shall see you on the next one. Have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up.